Hey everybody, it's Mike over at Taxes and Bricks. Welcome back to another Lego day, and this is not just any other Lego day. This is probably one of the most special days on the channel's history. It's short-lived 1 year history. I'm gonna open up and start to assemble a very controversial and very rare Lego set. So let me tell you, first, you know what? I'm going to read the statement that Lego produced or released about 2.5 years ago, okay? This is Lego's official statement. The Lego Technic Bell Boeing V-22 Osprey was designed to highlight the important role the aircraft plays in search and rescue efforts. While the set clearly depicts how a rescue version of the plane might look, the aircraft is only used by military. We have a long-standing policy not to create sets which feature real military vehicles, so it has been decided not to proceed with the launch of this product. We appreciate that some fans who were looking forward to this set may be disappointed, but we believe it's important to ensure we uphold our brand's values. Yes, I will be assembling and opening tonight set number 42113, the Bell Boeing V-22 Osprey, 1,636 pieces. It was supposed to retail in the US on August 1st of 2020. Okay, so for $149.99, but they canceled it before it hit the stores here in the US and pretty much worldwide. However, a number of sets were already either in stores or on the way to stores and were released to the public. I had a client I thought it was the UAE, and I was mistaken. I spoke with this client this past week as I was preparing for this video. He was in Qatar, okay? And that's where he got the set. Actually, he bought a bunch of them, not knowing that they were canceled because he was, big military guy. And he bought a bunch of them, figured he'd bring them back home and give them away as gifts. And when he found out I was like big into Lego, he gave me 2. I didn't pay for these sets. I'm going to put one together. The other one, I haven't decided what I'm doing. I may like auction it off on eBay or something for charity. I'm not into like selling my Lego for a profit. So anyway, let me show you the box. And this is a very rare set. It was not released. It's one of those things where if you go on eBay right now, I don't even think there are any used ones for sale. New, easily $1,500 to $3,000. There are a ton of counterfeit ones out there being sold from overseas, all over the place. So I don't know. I mean, I would say be careful if you're gonna try and buy one of these online. But anyway, let me show you the box. Here we go. Okay. Here we are. All right. There she is. Oops. Get out of the way there so you can kind of see it. Okay. So the deal is this: it's a tilt rotor vehicle. It's designed for vertical takeoff and landing, okay? I actually see these all the time where I live. We live kind of sort of near a military type base, which is far enough away from here, but we must be in the flight path, and we see these from time to time. They are really only used by the US military and the Japanese military. There were a few examples created for quote-unquote search and rescue, but by and large, there are no civilian organizations that use this particular helicopter for anything but military purposes. And again, according to Lego's policy. Now, there was also a rumor that they pulled it because they also discovered there was a defect in the set. I don't know what that is. It has something to do with the rotors not turning quite the right way. I'm not going to put the power-up function in this thing. So for me, I don't really care if it does or doesn't do its thing. This is a display piece for me. So I'm going to crack this sucker open. This is new, sealed, with the tape, pristine box. I'm going to do it. Except, oh no, I don't have my knife. See, be prepared, kids. Isn't that the motto of the military? And here I am. All right, I've got a key to my car, so that should work. Yep. There it is. Now it's worthless. Okay. Can't believe I just did that. What are you gonna do? Okay. smells controversial. No, I'm just kidding. That's the box for the power up. That's kind of neat. They put it in a little separate box. Let me see. Looks like we got like 5 building stages here. Maybe 4. Yeah, it's 4 building stages. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 numbered bags. You got a box. The rotors, or at least some of them anyway. And the manual looks like it's in incredibly good shape. I've been babying this box. I've been keeping it, you know, flat, nothing on top of it. The other one's wrapped in plastic a little bit. So anyway, lots of stickers, but that's okay. That's Technic for you. I am both excited and nervous about this set. I've had it since the fall of 2020. Was it the fall of 2020? No, you know what? He dropped them off to me in like January 2021. Was when I had it. So, this is special and controversial and fun and exciting. So you know what? I'm gonna shut up now. I'm gonna crack into this sucker. 1,600 pieces, 3 nights maybe. I'm thinking maybe 4, considering I got a couple of long days, and also Tuesday's Valentine's Day, and I don't think I'm gonna be building that night because, well, gotta take the boss out for dinner. So, got a babysitter. Woo! Exciting. So it could be later this week that this thing's finally done. But anyway, I'm gonna shut up now. I'm very excited. Set number 42113, the Bell Boeing V-22 Osprey, canceled, never sold in stores except for a few parts of the world. Set. Ready to rock and roll. All right, so I said I'd flash back in. I am not quite done with building phase 1. It's actually pretty extensive. You build kind of most of the aircraft, and I'll say why I said the word aircraft in a second. You build most of the aircraft in building phase 1. So anyway, all right. Why did I just call it an aircraft? Well, I've referred to it as a helicopter because I guess in my head, I think if it can take off and land vertically, that would mean it's a helicopter. But apparently that's not the case. I've read a few things now because I was curious. I'm like, is it a helicopter? Is it a plane? I don't know. It's considered a tilt rotor, which apparently has its own sort of classification. It's not quite a helicopter. It's not quite an airplane. At least that's what I've read. Okay. And then someone in one of the forums asked, well, if the President of the United States had to hitch a ride on an Osprey, would it be called Air Force One or Marine One? Because if you know anything about sort of presidential transport, any airplane apparently that the sitting president of the United States is in is considered Air Force One, and then any helicopter is considered Marine One. And I chuckled when the response was, well, if the Osprey belongs to the Air Force, it's Air Force One. If it belongs to the Marines, it's Marine One. Which I thought was a very clever response. I don't know if that's true, but whatever. Awesome. I'm into clever, even if it's BS. So anyway, this is where we are so far. It looks like there's a sort of rear cargo area here that kind of tilts down. So I guess you could, you know, drive a stretcher in there because this is a search and rescue vehicle, not military. It's not military. So only people on gurneys and things that needed to get to the hospital to have like an ingrown toenail worked on would be in this thing, of course. So there's that. So this is what you got. Rear of the aircraft. Front of the aircraft. So built these little landing gears and things. But I wanted to take a moment and take a look at the box in a little bit of detail because I realized I didn't do that. So we looked at the front of the box at the beginning of the video here. And I'm going to just make a big noise and slide sideways here. So very cool rendering of the Osprey in mid-flight. Hovering over the ocean, you know, little tugboat in the background, and, you know, maybe its engines failed and they have to rescue all the sailors or something. I don't know. Anyway, very cool. It indicates there's the motorized function. This side of the box has got a little bit more information about the motorized function, which we're not going to do. This side of the box has nothing because I've folded it in, but there's just another sort of similar rendering of the Osprey, kind of similar to this one. Back of the box is very cool. We've got what appears to be a photograph of the actual helicopter, or rather aircraft. I don't know if that's real or if that's an artist rendering, or if like this is actually like somebody has this particular aircraft. I don't know. This is a rear shot with the cargo ramp folded down, and then there's a side view with the tilt rotors up like in helicopter mode. There's a front view of the tilt rotors down in like airplane mode, and then it kind of shows that these will spin. And then there's an actual rendering of the aircraft with the size to it. 20 inches is what this is going to be. So that's the box basically. I mean, bottom and the top of the box isn't much. Oh, there's some details up top here. Gives a cruising speed 266 knots, which is 493 kilometers per hour. I guess, I don't know. It weighs 52,600 pounds, or that might be the cargo. No, 25,000 feet its cruising speed. It'll hold 2,025 gallons of gas. Oh, look at this. How fun is this? I never even noticed this. I've had this box for a couple of years now. It's got a sticker here. It says Majid Al Futtaim, and I'm totally probably mangling that. Leisure and Entertainment Company LLC, unit shop number, first floor, Doha Festival City in Qatar. So that's the sticker for the store, the price tag for the store where they were selling this. So I didn't even know it wasn't sold in a Lego store. Or maybe that they're a Lego dealer or something. I don't know. Licensed dealer for Lego. Anyway, that's the box. I'm going to get back to the build. I think I'm going to bang out the rest of one tonight. I might even jump into two. And then we're going to flash back in again, just kind of see how the progress is going. All right, so I am basically done with building phase 3. I just have a few more pieces to put together that will essentially stick this tilt rotor, another version of it on this side. So I'm basically building a mirror image of that. And then I've got building phase 4, and that's it. So I'm basically done. I should be able to blast through 4 tonight. So far, impressions of this, I don't know. I think maybe the hype and the controversy kind of made me more excited for it than I am presently. That's not to say I don't love it, but I have a feeling when it's done, there's going to be a lot of colorful, exposed things. And I'm not so sure how I feel about that. I don't know if this is going to be, have the kind of finished look that some of the Technic sets will have. That being said, I still like it a lot. I think the colors are great. The orange being one of my favorite colors in the world anyway, but also just my favorite, Lego color. And then this sort of, I don't know if they call it like bluish gray, dark bluish gray. I don't know. Combined with the light gray, I like the colors. I think it's great. Anyway, I just wanted to flash back in and kind of show you the progress here. This tilt rotor, I think this piece needs to attach somehow. I have a feeling that's coming up in the next building phase. But basically, we're going to attach the rotors, the blades, here at some point, and then this will be able to tilt. But I don't really quite understand how that's going to work without the power-up function. So I think I'm going to have to figure that out. Same thing with the cargo bay. It was open during most of the build. I wanted to close it. I had to kind of finagle it closed. So I don't know, this might be one of those sets that kind of once you get it in place, if you don't have the power-up functions in the motorized stuff, you may just kind of need to force it where you need it to be. Oh, sorry, I'm sleepy. And whatever. So far the stickers are fine. My sticker sheet had a couple of like ripples in the stickers, which is really annoying to me. And I don't know why, because the sticker sheet was like protected. So I don't know. Anyway, whatever. So we'll see. So far, so good. Everything's going great. I guess I'll just flash back in when I'm done and can wrap this sucker up. And then maybe I will show you the conclusion of where I'm going to put it in the Lego room, which is going to be hung from the ceiling. Shh, secret. Anyway, let's get to it. All right, here we have it. Set number 42113. This is the licensed Technic Bell Boeing V-22 Osprey that was canceled before release, sort of. It made it into a couple of stores, as I've mentioned, overseas, not in the U.S., and as a result, some of them got out. And I managed to get my hands on a couple. And from a client who picked up a few while he was overseas. So this is one. I built it. It's been sitting in the box for a while. I have another box, and as I said, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. But so final impressions, the thing that I thought was going to annoy me, which is, you know, these little kind of exposed, colorful studs and pieces, does annoy me. Not in a way that it makes me not love the set. I mean, I do. I love this. It's great. There are some other things that I think annoy me more, and I'll get into those in a second here. But it was a fairly straightforward build. This being, I think, the second Technic helicopter that I've done. Pretty standard. There's going to be some features, things that, you know, will do things. So, you know, for example, the rotors will turn. In this particular, you know, we'll call it a helicopter, but it's technically an aircraft. The tilt rotors actually move in another direction. This is the first thing that I don't love, is they don't move in tandem with each other unless you have the motorized function on. And I looked up some stuff online about this, and I had to really kind of force them in the up position. This is how I want to display it, because I think that this is what makes it kind of sort of special. I want to display it this way, and that's how I'm going to display it. But when I built it, they were down. They kind of go together in tandem, but you can't do it without forcing it, and I feel like I'm cracking the gears or something. So anyway, that's basically, you know, one of the features of it. The tail piece here has a movable function, if you can see that. There's a little switch on the top that allows you to adjust it. So I'm assuming that has something to do with, you know, aviation, things that I don't understand, like aviation, and whatnot. There are all of these little switches, which I think will operate this, all of the motorized functions, such as the spinning of the rotors, the tilting of them, and then I think also with this cargo bay, it will open and close automatically if you have the functions. But again, none of the functions really work in a manual way, at least that I can figure out. I had to do a lot of finagling to get that into the sort of appearance of how I want to display it. There were a lot of stickers. They were fine. Mine were a couple were a little wrinkly, which is really annoying, but I managed to work through that. They were easy to get on. Assembly-wise, it made a lot of sense the way it was built, you know, kind of, you know, picking up sort of the aircraft pieces, like the hull of the aircraft, and then kind of building upwards and then building across and then building backwards. It made a lot of sense this way. I like the colors. I think they're great. I absolutely adore. Just the overall look of it. It's unlike anything else in terms of aircraft that you're going to see really anywhere but from Lego. So yeah, I do like this set a lot, and I am really looking forward to getting it displayed. We talked about the controversy a little bit, the controversy of it being, quote unquote, a military, you know, war aircraft that exists in real life, and how Lego has a policy and canceled this set because they stuck to their policy, which was they don't produce vehicles that are, quote unquote, weapons of war. But there was a rumor, and the rumor was that actually the real reason that they killed the set was that there were some defects, and the defects were found too late after production. I don't know about the mechanical defects that they say, you know, the rotors don't turn quite the way they're supposed to or whatever. But what I do know is one of the rumors was it doesn't often balance correctly. And this is what I found. If you had this on a shelf with very little movement, this is how it naturally rests. It doesn't naturally rest like this. if there's a little bit of movement, even in the back, just a tiny bit. So, I mean, I guess playability wise, if you were playing with this and zooming it around or whatever and you put it down, it's likely to kind of sit like this. My daughter saw it and she was kind of like, oh, it looks like it's taking off. And I was like, okay, you know what? Leave it to a 4-year-old to find a positive in everything. And so I will go with that. I will say that maybe this was intentional and it was designed to kind of look, if it was sitting on a desk like this, to take off. But you can also finagle it so it sits like this. So I don't know. I'm willing to believe maybe that there were some defects that they described or discovered rather. One of them being the way that it balances, its center of balance. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend a few minutes, get this thing actually up onto the bulkhead where it's going to live out the rest of its life here in the Lego room, and I will flash back in and show you that final product hanging up, suspended from the bulkhead, and wrap things up and just let you guys get on with your day. So hang in there. I'm going to flip things around and I'm going to get this thing hung up and show you what it looks like. And there you have it. The Bell Boeing Osprey V-22 canceled, embargoed, controversial set, now hanging forever and eternity from my bulkhead. I really, really like it up here. It's really, really great next to the Airbus and hanging, hopefully not precariously, but hopefully in a very solid format and method of hanging, using again that sort of O-ring that screws right into the ceiling, and some fishing line, which if you step back a little bit, you can't really see it, so that's good. So I think this looks great, the two of them there. I've got 1 or 2 more helicopters and a few other aircraft that I want to get up here, so more to come on this. And yeah, I'm really, really excited about this. Thank you guys for watching today's video. Hope you enjoyed a little controversy with your Lego. Keep watching, keep subscribing, keep sharing my content with your friends. Hit that like button, leave comments. I reply to all of them. And some of your comments are great. And I really, really love them. Actually, all the comments are great. I don't want to say some of them. All of them are great. And I really appreciate the feedback and the kind words about the collection and whatever. Stay tuned. I think Monday is a very cool... No, I don't know. I don't know what I have in the schedule. Forget that. Don't worry about it. Just keep watching. Everything's cool. Talk to you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.